What's up, my PT peeps? One Eye Bri back to talk about The Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 3, review, recap, and discussion to fill the void while Walking Dead is on break until February. So spoiler warning, obviously, as we're going to review and recap and discuss Episode 703. Here we go, guys. Now, overall, it's the Daryl episode. It's the Dwight episode more than anything. You see more of Dwight in the Sanctuary than I believe any other character in this episode. But it's nice to see the Sanctuary and to see the really what's going on there a little bit. It's not as all it's cracked up to be. It's not this great, wonderful place to live, especially if you're on the lower end of the totem pole. There's a hierarchy of people. We got to see Dwight's, I guess, girl or something. I don't know what this girl is. But she's playing a game of hockey with Dwight. They turn it into a drinking game. But then later in the season, we see that she's probably not the Dwight because she's trying to get with Spencer. But I think it's Laura from the comics. So we'll see if she sticks around and gets her comic book storyline with Dwight way down the road. Dwight is watching Who's the Boss and a couple other things, watching some VHS tapes. Kind of crazy to see. But Dwight, we get to see more and more of him. And I think we'll see more of his storyline if they stick to the comics or not, because he has a huge storyline with it. Now, this was subtle, but I picked up the little thing here with the walker. See, the walker is kneeling. He tries to get up, stands up for a couple seconds, and then comes back down and kneels again. That's what I see as Dwight's doing there, too. He's kind of not sure what to do to go against Negan. How can he get away with it? But, you know, ultimately, Dwight will double-cross Negan if they stick to the same storyline of the comics. I would think so, right? And that's what that walker clearly symbolized because they stay on it for a couple minutes. The outside sanctuary, we see the walkers and the chains, and they use them for that, too. I don't know if that's really protecting them from other walkers. But Daryl eating some dog food sandwiches. You know, it was kind of tough to watch, even though you knew it wasn't dog food. You're like, oh, that's pretty gross, right? They're trying to break Daryl, but you can't break Daryl. Then you see Sherry, who is, you know, if you like her, you don't like her, whatever. She's kind of bad news down the road if you know the comics, that's for sure. But Sherry, see the pregnancy test. She's not pregnant. Is Negan shooting blanks? I don't know, but she's not pregnant, so no crazy triangle with Dwight, Negan, and a baby. With Sherry, Sherry feels bad for what they did to Daryl, so, you know, you're gonna be sorry. She is sorry for what she did. And then they come out of there. Negan comes around the corner, skinny-ass Negan. Then you see this scene. It happens super quick, but did you catch it right away? This is Fat Joey. He has the gun. It's pretty subtle. It's pretty quick, but we have another couple pictures of it that highlight it. And again, it happens super quick in the episode, but you're like, whoa, is that Rick's gun? Makes you start to think about it, and then later on we do find out that it's his gun. But The Walking Dead does little subtle things like that. Daryl, prisoner, trying to break him, but you can't break Daryl Dixon. He's been struggling and coming to tough life his whole life with his brother Merle and his dad or stepdad or whatever. He's had a rough life, so Daryl's the last person you'd be able to break in this type of situation. Then you got Dwight, Negan, talking about some crazy stuff. You got an open invitation to the pussy bar, and you turned it down. Crazy there. You know, they allow that language, but, you know, we can't say an F-bomb. Come on now. You earn what you take. Dwight, you can see the defiance against Negan throughout the whole episode, but Negan loves to rub it in Dwight's face about Sherry, about his wives, about Eugene biting his junk down there. Does it still work? It's a very Dwight episode, and I liked it. Overall, I thought it was a good episode. Now, here's where it gets a little confusing from the trailer over the summer, but also what happened to the bike of Dwight's motorcycle, the front tire. So we'll talk about that a little bit right now. So Dwight goes after Gordon, which is one of the guys from the Savior's Sanctuary, and he's on a motorcycle. And he gets stuck with some walkers, and he's walking his bike for some reason. He's not trying to ride it through or ride through the grass or whatever for some reason, but that's the point. And he's walking the bike through. He stops and he looks up. All these walkers around there. And of course he looks up and a walker's going to fall on him. I thought the walker might be getting thrown off of the highway because there's no gap there or break, but there is a hole in there in one point. Dwight pushes the bike out of the way, and it wouldn't damage the bike to what we'll show you in a little bit. The walker clearly falls right in the center line. Dwight jumps out of the way. He's attacked by walkers he's got to fight off and everything. So he gets, I guess, some damage from that, but he doesn't get hurt. Is this some political person that may have got there too? We don't know if it's a coincidence or what. If this is happening of some political figure. Not going to say names. Don't want to get in trouble like that. But after all the walker melee and everything, his front tire rim, spokes, broken, cracked, bent, tore up, and he's not riding it for some reason. There's a tire flat a little bit too, I guess. But the rim is clearly all bent up. The spokes are all damaged as well. So it's kind of weird, right? That shouldn't and wouldn't happen from that. But is it from this scene here that they were going after Gordon in the car from the San Diego Comic-Con trailer? Check out that video if you want to see more. But this is Gordon. The other question is that he clearly shoots him in the chest or whatever. He doesn't kill him and then take him out. He becomes a walker. But how did he bring him back? He's got a banged up bike. He's got banged up there too. Did he call for help? Did he get help? I don't know. But as this is happening. Daryl tries to escape. They unlock the door on purpose to have him get away. Try and get away. It's a test. Sherry says, get back there. It's not what they can do. They can do more. It's not worth it. Don't do it. Daryl sees the bikes. He tries to escape. He doesn't have any keys or anything, so it's all set up. It's all a mess. But they will come back to this, of course, in a later episode, and Daryl gets caught. It's all a setup. Negan tries to scare Daryl. It doesn't work, as you can't scare Daryl. He doesn't flinch even when he threatens him with Lucille. As a result, they beat up Daryl. Fat Joey, you see the gun there off to the left. That is the other highlight of the gun that we recognized it from Fat Joey. He's the only one holding a gun. It makes a reference to the gun, and we find out that is Rick's gun for sure. Daryl gets the picture of Glenn. Great, right? That's what Daryl just needed. Daryl breaks down. Crying-wise, he's not going to commit to the Saviors. He will not call himself Negan. He is Daryl, and that is what we like about him. He is stubborn to a fault. Part of me is like, just fake it till you make it, man. Just make your life a little bit easier till you can escape. But he doesn't do that. He's Daryl Dixon to the end, and that's what we love about Daryl. He ain't backing down for Negan, for nobody on there, too. You see, this is, I guess, I don't know whose room this is because it ain't Negan's bedroom on there, so we don't know what's going on here, but he's there. He asks him, who are you? And Daryl replies, I'm Daryl. And part of me was like, come on, just fake it, man. But The Walking Dead didn't want to give the viewers any problem with that and to show that Daryl is not breaking and will not be a savior. Daryl and Dwight have a final conversation where he understands what he did. So I don't know, is there something, connection that Daryl understands that Dwight had to do that, so we give him a pass down the road. You see the defiance of Dwight starting, especially at the end with everything there too, so I don't know if Daryl and Dwight can coexist, and if Dwight's starting to lay the groundwork to go against Negan, but I think he is. And oh yeah, there was this song called Easy Street. I don't know if they played it like once in the episode, but yeah, there you go guys. Like, share, subscribe today to get more videos. You guys are awesome, and thank you for watching.